Hello, hello, and welcome back, everyone, to the Self-Achievement Network. My name is Dominic. I'm the host, and I am here today with none other than Gladys Serrano Unse, who is our content creation superpower. We're going to come up a name for you, superhero. How are you today?
I'm
Good
good.
morning.
It's morning here today and evening for you, I guess.
Evening, yes, here in Chicago. We are getting it's very dark and getting ready for bed soon. So this is going to be session number 2 of your 30 session topics. And today we are going to be talking about what?
About asking your customers, because what easier way is there to know about what content to produce other than to directly ask your audience what they want to know about and what they want to learn from you.
Absolutely. I think that is a great idea. But there's also some things to consider first, right? Before we just go about asking them questions. What are some of the things that we need to think about?
Yes, I think it's really important for business owners to first and foremost define who their customers are. And in terms of creating content, they need to identify their particular audience because some businesses target like multiple groups of types of people for their business. Like maybe they have a B2C business to customer side of their business targeting individuals, and they have, let's say, a part of their business targeting other businesses. So they need to really identify which audience their content is for. Are they talking to like moms, business owners? Are they talking to other businesses, things like that? So it's really important to know who you're talking to when creating content.
So the more specific, the more impact.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
It won't be as clear the communication part of creating content when you're targeting everyone, like every people in the world. So because there isn't so many topics that everyone really cares about. So you really have to be as specific as you can.
So what are some of the ways that we can actually ask the customer? I know there's surveys and polls and things like that. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes. So, well, number one, if you have identified who your customers are and who specifically you want to talk to with your content, you can directly reach out to them. If you can identify some people within your immediate network, let's say your family members or friends, things like that, you can directly ask them about what topics would be interesting for them and what they want to know more about. One thing that I didn't share in my post that I see a lot of business owners do recently is that they create their own community online of people they are targeting as customers and people who just are plainly interested in what they do. So that way, so some of them, well, most of them create their own Facebook groups, and from that community, they can easily ask the people, the members of that group. Let's say, they can easily post something like, "Oh, I'm planning to create a blog article this week. What would you want me to write about?" So that as plain and simple like that. So since all the members of that group are already like potential customers or people already interested in what they're doing, they would easily respond what they want to know about and what questions they've been longing to ask that particular business owner. So it's one way to gather inputs from your customers.
Okay, and then how would you normally do it if there was if I would say we're going to do a poll, for example? What kind of tools are available to do poll? I know on Facebook it's different because you can just instantly do a poll, but are there other ways to go about creating a poll?
Okay, so So if you want to really leverage Facebook as a tool, you need to there are internal tools that you can use for polls and gathering inputs within your own group that's already built in. So if you want more engagement, sometimes Facebook favors those tools better than external tools that you can use. But
Mm-hmm.
if you still want to explore other things outside of Facebook, there are lots of tools, free tools that are available. So I can share some of them with you right now. Let me just share my screen. So, so in terms of creating surveys, you can easily search on Google lists of free tools. Let's say this particular article. I'm not sure if you're seeing it.
I
So
am seeing it.
So this particular article lists down free tools that you can use. There are, I think, 10, 8 of them. So
Wow.
so there are lots of tools that you can use. So these are the survey tools that this article shares, and individually it looks like this. So some of the common survey tools that are being used are SurveyMonkey, um, definitely
Mm-hmm.
Google Forms, and
Oh yes, I think I've seen that in Google Forms. Mm-hmm.
of course where is that? Typeform. There you go.
Okay.
So what
Individually
these
co-
tools basically do is, well, you can have your own list of questions, and you can input those questions inside the tool, and the tool can create the form for you. It presents it in the way that you like, the way if you want to design the form, for example, you can do that. If you want to have a certain question formatted a certain way, let's say, is it a multiple choice question, or should they input like a paragraph form type of response? So you can also um, edit the form that way. So at the end of creating your own survey, these tools would generate a link that you can easily share on your Facebook community or Facebook page, or even your blog article. You can insert the link there, and they would be directed to the actual survey.
Okay, quick question.
Yes.
So if I create an external survey
Mhm.
outside of Facebook, the actual results, if I copy and paste the link, will be collected on the individual site, say like SurveyMonkey that is there.
Yes.
So do I actually need an account to do this? It says sign up free or pro sign up, and I'm sure that they each have their own different features and benefits, what have you. But I'm not, since I have a link, and if somebody fills out the survey, those answers get collected right there inside of SurveyMonkey.
Well, some of the forms require for you to sign up to have your own account to be able to create your own survey inside their website. Um, but most of them are free, so you can easily create one and get your survey started right away.
Okay.
As for the respondents, they won't be required to sign up upon responding to your questionnaire, to your survey. But I guess after they've completed the survey, there would be some sort of an offer that if they also wanted to try creating their own surveys for themselves, they can sign up. So
Yeah.
I don't think that would restrict your audience in replying to your surveys in that way. So as
Okay.
for the easiest, I think Google Forms is the easiest because most people already have a Google account. So that alone would let you create your own survey in this particular platform. So
Mhm.
after creating the survey, and after you've gathered a few responses, it would um, consolidate those responses in the platform itself, and you have the option to export those responses in a Google Sheet format,
Mm-hmm.
even export it in a Microsoft Excel document if you want to have an offline version of the document. So I think
Interesting.
that would be useful for some people.
Okay.
Another way to do it is by creating quizzes. So there are also free quiz tools that you can use. So it pretty much works. It works pretty much the same way. So when you go to like an online quiz creator tool, and you sign up and create your own account and eventually create your own quiz, it pretty much works the same way as surveys. So after you create your own quiz, a link would be given, and you can easily share those links outside to your networks. And so yeah, just collect the responses as you go along. So it's just a more interactive way of gathering inputs from your customers. Aside from letting them answer questions in a survey form.
Mm-hmm. So, is there any example of a quiz, for example, that you have created, or is that something that we should do at a different time?
I actually have have not yet created a quiz for my own business, but I might do something like that soon. Not I haven't tried that also for my own clients, because the some of the quizzes they plan to have. Well, I already suggested that we do some sort of a quiz for their own content, but they want to like integrate it to a certain landing page, for example, or for their own website, and that needs more of like a technical know-how to do, and I'm not quite um, um, experienced with that part of creating the quiz. I can create the content for the quiz, but in terms of setting it up inside your website, I need
Yeah.
someone else to do that. So that's still in the works. We're still trying to figure that out. Which particular tool to use that would be appropriate for the website. So
Mm-hmm. Now, a quiz, I think, sounds like it would be much more specific to either, like you were saying, a specific um, um, avatar type,
mhm.
specific customer, whatever. So that would pertain to them. People wouldn't be asking or answering questions to a quiz that they don't know anything about or not interested in. So it would have to be something that's very specific to that genre of person or company.
Actually, quizzes can also be used, let's say, for business owners to identify what particular type of audience they currently have. They just have to really strategize what particular, like, let's say, topic or title they would give the quiz for them to the main purpose is for them to click on the quiz and actually take it. So
Mm.
if they, let's say, um like come up with a quiz, let's say it's a like a getting to know quiz. I'd like to get to know you more, that something like that. So it's all about your preferences, your interests, something like that. So you can come up with a quiz that asks about, like, what do you do, what TV shows you're watching, things like that. So it's actually a great tool to profile your audience, and it doesn't have to be as specific as, let's say, a survey or some other more formal way of gathering inputs. And it can be it just has to be fun for them to really click on them. So
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Mhm.
Absolutely needs to be fun, always.
Yes.
So, okay. Um, so we're asking our customers what what they would like to see in terms of content, and we're using polls and quizzes. Are there any other tools that are available or ideas to use to come up with content?
Yeah, I mentioned in my post about the deep dive survey. It's another form of survey, but it's actually um, part of the ask method that Ryan Levesque developed to really find the inner motivations of customers when they make a purchase. So it's actually like getting really deep into understanding what their customers are like and what pain points they have in terms of in relation to the services you provide. So I'm not sure if a lot of businesses, especially those who are just starting, would be interested in that. But it's really um, it's really a good way of packaging the question. It's more of the packaging of the questions rather than the form of presenting it like a survey or a quiz. It's what questions you ask rather than how you ask them. I'm not sure
Mhm.
if I'm getting through. So, but
Yes, that makes sense.
so in terms of how else to do it, well, the easiest, well, I've already mentioned, I think that the easiest ways to do it, it can be online through your social media accounts. Just recently, I created some blog posts for some clients that I was having a hard time thinking of topics for. So I posted on my Facebook account like what would you like to know about something like, about the topic like lead generation or what, or I targeted specific um part of my network. Let's say for moms in my network who are working from home, what problems are currently having. So I did that kind of post and I received some responses that are really helpful, that really gave me a lot of ideas on what articles I could write
Mhm.
on that particular topic. So
Okay.
you can do it as simple as that, creating a post and asking, even if you don't have your own group yet for your business, you can just put the question out there on your own personal account, and people, you'll be surprised that there are actually people in your network who are interested in what you do and who actually have questions for you. So you don't really know until you just try and ask them. So
Uh-huh.
that's one, and you can also, through personal conversations you have with other people, like if you have if you've met someone new and you talk about what you do, things like that, and maybe you can ask, is this something that interests you? What they have, is your business having problems with? Things like that. So you can also use your personal connections, your everyday conversations to ask people around about what possible content to produce. So
Yeah. So there's lots of ways.
yes, definitely.
Polls, doing polls, and we can either do those in Facebook or external.
Mm-hmm.
There are quizzes,
Mm-hmm.
and those are these tools that are also available. Now, is a quiz available on Facebook? Is that part of their thing? I
I
don't think.
don't think so. It can be done. There are what we call messenger chatbots. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but
Mhm.
chatbots can actually deliver those quizzes for you because they can they can actually design it like to have like multiple choices they can click on and
Mhm.
have them answer one question after the other. So it's some kind of a quiz. So it can be designed that way.
Okay. Well, that chat box, that whole thing that's a whole nother series, I'm sure. Whole nother topic.
I did not post about that, but we can definitely. Okay.
We'll put that on the
I'm
list.
not I'm not the expert. Well, I'm not sure if I'm the person um perfect person to talk about that because it's not part of my expertise. But I can definitely have other people to invite some people to talk about
Let's find them.
it. Okay.
Let's find them and get them on. Okay, so the next one was the surveys,
Mm-hmm.
and then direct conversation and or just putting them on your Facebook timeline.
Yes.
Awesome.
Social media. Yeah.
Great. Okay. Anything else?
I guess that's all. Well, if our members have other ideas they can share, they can also like leave them in the comments, and we can share ideas about asking people what content to produce.
Great. So if you have other ideas for how to ask your customers to get information from your customers to create content, please type them in the comments below. And Gladys, are you going to include the links of the other?
Sure. Yes. I'll
Yes.
I'll send them. Yeah. I'll put it in the comments. The links to the individual survey tools and quiz tools that I showed a while ago, so that they
Great.
can visit them. Yeah.
All righty. Okay. Thank you. This is the end of session number 2, and we will see you all next time in session number 3. Have a wonderful day. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maddie. Take care.